You've said things like, we are unapologetic about the reality that fighting fascism at points requires physical militancy. What does that mean?
That means that when fascists come to our city to attack people, we are going to put our bodies between fascists and the people they want to attack and try to prevent them from doing that.
When you say put our bodies, that sounds like a passive statement, but sometimes you are not just putting your bodies, but you are acting with your bodies. You're also hitting and you're throwing things and you're reacting violently.
I think self-defense can look violent if you're looking at it as the person who responds in self-defense is as culpable, but we don't see it that way. We see ourselves as engaging in self-defense from groups who want to do our community harm, whose ideology is the ideology of genocide and mass murder. So in the sense of reaction, we see fascism as an inherently violent ideology. So when we disrupt its organizing, we see that as self-defense.
The very presence of organizations and people who you would call fascist or fascist leaning, that very presence is violent, and so your violent reaction would be self-defense. Although ideologically that's what you believe, in reality, in the legal system, that would count as assault. Does that concern you at all?
One of our points of unity is that we don't depend on the cops or the courts to do the work of opposing white supremacy.
So you're saying that when far-right groups come here and throw demonstrations and have their rallies, they don't necessarily have to throw the first punch in order for you to react violently?
The purpose of these groups in coming to Portland is to attack people. We can see on this upcoming rally on Saturday that they've stated that explicitly in numerous social media postings, that they want to hurt, maim, and they've made threats of killing anti-fascists.
Why do you think they come to Portland?
And they see it as this liberal city, this city emblematic of values that they oppose. And they see it as a city where the left has strength and they want to attack and defeat that.
Do you think your presence here attracts them as well?
I think to a certain degree, but they would come here regardless of our presence. If we weren't here, if anti-fascists, if the numerous people who come out with us in the streets weren't here to oppose them, they would come and still attack people.
A lot of experts who study far-right groups say that what you're doing is actually playing into their hands. How would you respond to that?
If we didn't show up to oppose fascists when they organized large rallies like the one coming up on Saturday, they would still be finding violence, but they would be finding people who are unprepared.
You're here in sweatshirts and masks. Why do you wear masks? Why do you cover your faces?
Primarily it's for our own safety. The far right and the state would have a history of targeting anti-fascists, so we wear masks so that we can't be identified and targeted.
Some of your critics say that it is the masks are cover for you to be able to commit criminal acts. So how do you respond to that?
Again, the masks are there for our own safety so we can continue to do this organizing without the fear of fascist or state repression. So
you wouldn't remove your masks and say the things that you just said?
Not on camera.
Yeah.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.